Good day, everybody. It's me, John Pullum. We have an incredible show for you today with the wonderful, amazing queen, the most knowledgeable person. Knowledgeable. See, I can't redo it. It's live, folks. The most knowledgeable person I know that does live streaming, Luria Petrucci from Live Streaming Pros. She's one of those people that every time I see her, number one, I'm happy. She's one of these people that just makes you happy. But the most important thing, other than being happy, of course, is she is an expert on live streaming. Today, we're going to go over how to interact with your customers, how to make your customers, your audience, feel special using live stream. And got a secret for you. She's having a virtual summit. Expand your reach. Virtual summit. And for viewers right now, we're going to give you access to an early bird special. The list of speakers are incredible. You are going to love it. She's a very, very busy lady. So we'll start it right now. Please welcome my friend, and she will be yours, Luria Petrucci.
Well, hi, new friend.
Yay! Yay.
Won't you be my neighbor?
Won't you be my neighbor? I didn't wear my Mr. Rogers shirt. Thank you so much for offering to do this. And I have been a Luria Petrucci fan for a couple of years now. And before we start, I wanted to tell you, and I think I've told you this before, when I would make my videos for my YouTube, you're like, oh. When I would make my videos for my YouTube channel, I would do take after take after take after take after take to get it right. And then I did your Lita live every day in April of last year. And I hit that go live button. And like, why? You know, I have done live shows before on another friend's channel. But it had really changed my life because now when I do my recorded videos where I edit, I hit that record button, I go all the way through, and I edit out what I need to edit out. But it used to be literally 70 or 80 some files of good day. Good day, everybody. It was over and over and over. And now it's just going with the flow. Nice. And I have you to thank for that. So thank you from the bottom of my editing bay.
Well, it's not just me. Maybe I gave you some guidance along the way, but it's really you, right? And I think people don't take enough credit for the work that they put into it. So you did the work and you made it happen for yourself. So
well, thank you. Thank you very much. It feels so natural and so great. That's and awesome. This is one of, I think, the first lives I've done on my YouTube channel. I always do it in my groups or my Facebook page or whatever. And just last minute I went, I'm going to jump in and do it all the way. We have Marcus, who is another great supporter of all of us. He is always here and so supportive.
He's amazing.
Steffi chimed in earlier saying hopefully her 2 p.m. meeting is short or canceled so she can be in here. I have many clients and customers and people watching this YouTube channel that deal with customers or deal with people. Perhaps they have their own YouTube channel, or perhaps they have a business that I've dealt with them before with my motivational speaking or corporate entertainment. Now with the Steffi is here. Great. Welcome, Steffi. Now with the coming out of what we came out of last year and a lot of people doing Zoom meetings and so many people getting used to Zoom. That was a positive, if there is a positive thing about it, that was a positive thing about it, is people understanding this technology more and in the way this technology has taken off. If you tell a client, look, do you want to do a Zoom meeting? Do you want to meet in StreamYard? Do you want to have the presentation online? They can do it. But a lot of people are still a little nervous about doing it. They don't think they have the right equipment. I was wondering if, for our viewers, if you could go over, you have different levels or whatever. I forget what you call them, but can you go over I mean, with the phone. A friend of mine
Yeah.
works for the Today Show, and Al Roker did the national weather from his home on his iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go over some of that and tell them how easy it is to do?
Sure. After I tell you this, I think I want to share the secret to making it easy to actually have that conversation and connect with your audience. So, in terms of like the actual process of going live, level one is the phone. So there are three levels, and it just kind of gets your brain wrapped around what you can use. So your phone, it's simple, it's easy, you've got it in your hand already. And short form content, is so prevalent these days. You're already probably creating content from your phone, so you might as well just hit that go live button as well. So then level two is going live from a browser-based service like StreamYard, which John is using today. And Restream is another option. Melon, there are Lightstreams. There's a lot of different services out there that allow you to not have to download anything. It's a really easy learning curve, super simple, and like I said, easy to get started. So you just go to the website and you hit go live. And then level three is downloading software onto your computer so that you have a little bit of more, like you can do extra stuff that you can't do on the service base or the browser-based services. So you have the ability to go super professional on level three, and you can look like CNN or ABC or any of the big, TV stations, a broadcast quality, and really amp up that professionalism look, which gives you the instant credibility that people know that you know what you're talking about.
And you can do it right from your home.
You
You're at home.
can. I'm
I'm
at
at
home.
home.
Welcome to my living room.
Yeah. Welcome to my basement office with a dog at the door scratching, saying, let me in.
Well, let him in.
I should let him in. I should. And then there's more and more. Because I hear about that. Oh, I don't have this, or I don't have that, or, oh, I need a studio. Oh, I need a 5-piece band. I need this, or I need that. And you don't. You can do it
No.
with your cell phone. You can do it after taking your live every day in April thing, and then there's live every day in August as well. Any month with an A. I upgraded to my camera and the Sony A6100 and the Sigma lens, but for probably 80 some shows during the quarantine, I used my camera on my older MacBook.
Yeah.
And I used the headphone that comes with the iPhone with the little microphone, and that was good enough.
Yeah.
That was fine to get your info across. You do something that I think is wonderful, and I've seen other people do it too, to engage your audience. Like, oh, hey, Steffi, glad you're here. Marcus is
Yeah.
here. Calling people out. People love to hear their names. People love to hear that they're involved. It's not like a regular video where they're just watching
Yeah.
the screen. And thank you, Marcus, for the super sticker.
Woo-hoo!
This is
Thanks,
my first,
Marcus.
like I said, first live stream and my first super sticker super chat. So
Woo!
yay! Is there like a little? Can you hear that? I don't know. But it's my first thing. Yeah, I should do the confetti, which you can find on livestreampros.com as well. It's that's the thing that I love about Loria as well. She, with her livestreampros.com, she has classes, coaching available for those of you that need that little extra boost and want to learn the equipment, want to learn how to do streaming, what not to do. And she does also have all these wonderful overlays and everything else available. So that's my super sticker. Thank you, Marcus, for the super chat. My first super chat. Greetings from Monica and Christian Chambers, a couple of friends of mine that I met in another marketing group a couple years ago.
Hi.
But it's good to see people from all over the world showing up here. What other tips do you have on connecting with your audience so it's not just you talking at the screen? You're engaging your customers and bringing them into the stream.
And I think you hit the nail on the head is I'm talking to individuals, right? And that's really what it's all about. And if you take, I can give you tips galore in terms of how to connect on live video, but I think the secret sauce to understanding how to connect is actually to remove yourself out of video and put yourself in the real world. When you think about connecting with other human beings, you typically think about going out with your friends, right? Having a glass of wine, having some dinner, or whatever the case is, go to the movies. If you think about the interactions that you have in person, you're going to be so much more capable to connect with people on video. And the thing that trips people up is that you can't see their faces. But when you learn to read the room in a live stream and the chat room, you really can connect with them on that deeper level. I know from my chat room, I know when it's not hitting, when something I'm saying is not doing well because it goes silent or they're talking about something completely different that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, right? Like there's all kinds of things that you can cues that you can pay attention to. But I think if you back yourself out and think about those in-person interactions, you're looking people in the eye, you're listening, you're paying attention to what they're saying, you're reacting to what they say. All of those elements then get translated into a chat room environment and to a live stream. And guess what? You can start to see each individual person like Steffi, like Marcus, like Christian as individual human beings. And that's at a core what needs to happen in order for you to connect with your audience. And by the way, you can do this in video as well, but live is way more powerful to be able to do that. So it's, Marcus does, like, they love to sidebar conversations, but I also know the difference about when my community is just having a grand old time together and they're still listening versus when it's not hitting, they're like bored out of their mind because I'm boring them. So there's all kinds of things that you can play off of, in the entertainment space and in the history that you have. You bring that in to that live stream environment. And when you think about individual people, you're calling their names out, you're celebrating their presence, you're getting to know them. What's one thing you know about Marcus? John? Oh, you're muted.
That you should not say something while you're muted. That Marcus is always there for everyone. He is usually the first one. He is there to say hi. He is there to support people. He sings songs on Lita. He does anything to make people happy. But the thing that I know most, maybe I'm totally off of what you thought I was going to say, he cares. He is a very kind, caring friend.
Really
what were you going to say?
Yeah, no, I was just asking to like come up with some things, right? Because like those are all things that everybody thinks of when it comes to Marcus. And so when you see him in the space, in the chat room, you tap into those things. You get to know him as a person, and then you call those special things out. Like, oh, Marcus is always here supporting everybody. And that introduces him to new community members, right? Who don't yet know how amazing Marcus is. And that then makes them feel a sense of at homeness. And when you are thinking about getting to be connected with people that you don't yet know, it's as simple as asking questions. I start off every stream with like, if you're new, type new in the comments so I can get to know you. And when they do type new, guess what my follow-up question is? Are you already going live or are you just starting? Or where are you from? Or do you like broccoli? Like, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think
I
I've ever
don't.
asked that.
I've eaten it, but if I
Oh,
had to, I
broccoli is a
will.
great veggie. Come
It
on
is.
now.
It is. And I've been a big boy and have been eating it lately. And that's one thing when I co-host, it's a Franz Harari is a famous illusionist in the magic world and around the world. And I've been co-hosting the show with him during the lockdown. We've just kind of put it on hiatus for the moment and go live every once in a while. But I would start the lives the same way. And thanks, 100% thanks to you. I'm trying to find the correct thing. I would say the same thing, and I should have said it today. If you're new to the show, type new in the comments. If you're an old regular, welcome back, and let me know what kind of day you're having. Drop an emoji in there. Is it happy? Is it crappy? Drop an emoji, and you guys can do this right now. Drop an emoji in the comments to let me know how your day is going. I hope we're brightening your day. I hope we're making it better with the info we're sharing right now. But drop an emoji. Let me know you're there. And if you'd be so kind, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, smash that like button, and be sure to click the bell notifications to be alerted for more videos. But getting people interacting is great. I was telling somebody the other day that I could say, and this is true, about 17 years ago, I got on the bone marrow registry list and I got a call. I got a call that I was a possible match for somebody that needed a bone marrow transplant in order to save their lives or try to save their lives. I then went for more procedures, ended up going in for surgery and having 12 to 15 holes drilled into my hips, bone marrow extracted in hopes of saving this person's life. That's a true story. I could say that
Crazy.
on a post or a video and have a couple of likes. Oh, that's cool that you did that or whatever.
Yeah.
That's nice of you to try. But I could say, which glasses do you like better? These or these? Which one? A or B? And people blow up wanting to give
Yes.
you their opinion. So it's you
Right.
don't know
Mm-hmm.
what is stupid. I manage my friend's Facebook page as well, and stupid posts,
Well,
get
let's
not
reframe
stupid, but
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
reframe it. It's not stupid. It's
human is what it
human
is.
questions.
And that's the thing is, like, I think so many people get frustrated with the fact that their food post from the other night is getting more traction than their content post, right? The link to watch this new video that you released, or this new live stream, or a blog post, or whatever. And I see so often people get disheartened by that. But when you realize why that's the case, then everything shifts, because why that's happening is that people love dogs, they love cats, they love kids, they love food, they love glasses, they love that personal connection. Like I said, what are you talking about at the bar? What are you talking about over dinner that you have over Thanksgiving Day or whatever? Those are the conversations that people react to online. And when you understand humans at that level, then you're able to use that to your advantage to connect with them through conversation on stream, through polls, through getting them to have a say in, right? And that's another piece of this, is that people want to feel like they matter and that their opinion is actually being valued.
And people love to give their opinion. They love it.
Yeah.
Another thing, and Sammy Superstar is here,
Hey.
and he had a stream last night, and it did not go as planned for Sammy.
no.
There was technical issues galore, but what Sammy did, and I'm very proud of him and everybody is, he kept going forward. He kept going and had the guests, did, took over when his camera wasn't working or whatever.
Yeah.
So people think, like I used to tell my family, make sure the dogs are quiet. Do when I'm doing filming an actual video. I think it makes it more personal. Like I think I heard a truck go past you a little bit ago, and I'm like, is it mine? It wasn't. It was yours. Before that would drive me nuts. But I think it makes you even more relatable when I call tech service or something, especially during the the last year when a lot of people are working from home. You hear a dog barking or a kid, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the last ones I called up, this lady's like having an argument with her kid, and she didn't realize she answered the phone, and she was mortified. And I was she was happy she got me. I was
Yeah.
not professional in any way, shape, or form, but
Human.
it's life, man. Been there, done that,
Yeah.
live that, you know. So don't worry about every little thing. Do like Sammy and Luria and we all do. Just keep going through it. If you say something, I messed up saying stuff at the beginning, just keep going. Christian has a question.
Yeah.
Do you set any ground rules at the beginning of a podcast or communicate such prior to the start, such as whether or not participants may promote their company or what topics are taboo, etc.?
Are
I
we
don't think you
talking
do.
guests or chat room? It sounds
Maybe
like
both.
guests. Okay.
Maybe
So
both.
let's tackle it from both. So before this conversation, John and I, as a guest on John's show, we talked about what we were going to talk about beforehand, right? And so we have that open communication. I think there's when I go on somebody's show as a guest, or when I'm having somebody on as a guest for my show, I value first. Like, what can we help somebody accomplish first and foremost? Is there an opportunity to let you know about something that I have going on? For sure, right? Or the opposite. I always give my guests the opportunity to talk about what they have going on in their world, because it is of value, because it is of service. But we always lead with information and help. So I think that that's just a typical ground rule for the environment of podcasts and live show guests and all of that. If we're talking about, I don't know who that is. That's probably Daniel or Callie. I'm not sure.
One of them. I don't know. I saw that. I was like, she's not. Yeah.
Somebody's hacked my account. No. But if we're talking about participants in the chat room, there's definitely an etiquette that is kind of understood throughout the internet, which is you don't promote yourself. You don't drop links to pitch yourself as a chat room participant. And we, as a channel, have moderators for sure that help keep those guidelines in order so that it doesn't get crazy or a weird place to be. And then in terms of other guidelines, like for our chat room, John, you probably know this well, like when I'm doing a Q&A, let's say, I'll say there, at the top of the stream and throughout, I'll be like, ask your question with a Q in front of the question so that it gets into my queue. Don't ask your question twice. We'll get to them in the order that they were received. Number 3, super chats take priority. So if you want to jump to the top of the queue, you can super chat with your question and I'll move you right on up, right? So those are my 3 ground rules for a particular type of show that I create a thing out of. So absolutely, that communication is key. But do I sit there and say, like, okay, everyone, listen up. Here are the rules. You do not promote yourself. You do not do this. You do not do. No, like, we've got to have some fun with it. Let's be a happy place
people
to
would
be.
leave.
Yeah,
people
totally.
would leave. Yeah.
There's way too many rules around here.
Woo! Mark has another super chat. Yay! Yay! I'll have my dancing Callie at the side. That's another thing you do. Thank you, Marcus. This is like, I thought about his super
That's
sticker just when you were
awesome.
saying that, and I'm like, I'm still smiling. You do another thing with yours. It's your Callie, who is another person that I have yet to meet in person, but she is somebody that makes me constantly smile, just like you when I see you. You could be. I have 100% watched Luria's stream, and I shouldn't say this in public, and it's live right now. I've watched her talk about Windows-based programs. Windows-based programs, just because I love Luria and Callie. And even when you're feeling, I'm always seem happy, but there's times that I'm, have my share of depression moments and whatever. And I could watch Windows-based PC program episodes that I will never touching my whole life just to see the happiness. But Luria has a dancing Callie come up when she gets a super chat, and it's that music, and it's that fun, and it's that, like yesterday's stream, people just, Marcus and others kept doing it, and you're like,
Guys, I was going to kill you.
it would be like music coming up every 2 seconds, and it is it's just great. Holy crap, a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. This is like, I'm not doing these streams for the super chats, but I am freaking, I should do a stream more often. You know?
Yeah, apparently you should.
This is crazy. Thank you so much, Steffi.
That's the thing, is when you involve yourself with your commenters and your audience, and you create that connection because you're just treating them as another human being in life and not a number, then that's what happens. Is people want to support you, they want to encourage you, they want to be there. And when you gamify it, and that's part of, it's not a full gamification of the like little super chat Callie that comes up, but it's partly gamification because people want to see what's next. It's randomized, right? So they don't know which Callie they're going to get by super chatting. So then they want to compete with each other, and they want to see it happen again, and it makes them happy, like you were saying. So there's a lot to that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of similar. My squirrel brain is, last time I was in Japan, my wife is Japanese. My 3 kids are half Japanese. I don't know which half. But last time I was there, before I got a dog, I haven't been there in like 13 years since we got our first dog, and I should go back. But they had at the Kaiten Sushi, at the rotating sushi bar that they had a thing where you used to, when you ate sushi, this is how off topic I get. It's like talking about my sushi.
So hey, I am always down for talking about sushi. My favorite food.
Stack your plates up, so then you'd see the pile and go, crap, I ate a lot of sushi. It's like you can't see who you're there with because you have your own little, Chinese wall of, Japanese wall of sushi. But they have this thing where you'd put the plates in a slot, and after 10 plates or whatever, a wheel would spin and the ball would come out. And you could may or may not win a prize. So, so even if you're full, your kids or your hyper brain is saying,
"Ooh, that's good.
2 more plates, I can spin this thing again and win."
I mean, it's only like there's only 1 piece of sushi on this plate.
Well, there's 2 plates, and it's like $1 or $2 a piece, whatever. It's pretty neat, but you have to spin it. So I think with your dancing Callie and anything else I can create on here, people love to interrupt you and have her pop up. And by interrupting you, Steffi says, now I'm hungry. By interrupting you, you're getting paid. So they are bugging you by shoving money in your wallet, which is freaking
when you put it like
genius. Can you imagine that, the viewers, Christian and Monica and everybody else, that every time somebody wanted to bug you, they were putting $5 or $20 in your pocket. Bug me, baby. Bug me all day long. Bug me more. So it's just that fun interaction that your super fans, as Pat Flynn would say, can do. And Steffi is going for Daryl's channel Jumpstart too. So congrats, Steffi. She just signed up for that. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. And it's also fun for those ones watching. Yeah. Even if you're not doing a super chat like Steffi and Marcus did, you're more than welcome. But it's still fun to watch that happen.
Yeah.
Any other things that you think somebody new to streaming or old to streaming, what other things? And then we're going to get into what's going on with you. This is so freaking exciting. And the fact that you're able to offer this early bird special to my viewers is incredible as well. But any last things that people should know on connecting, or just here's a question for you. We do have a couple of questions though, so let me get to those real quick. But as I'm finding those, my question to you is, as I said, there have been bad days in my life.
Of course.
I know there have been bad days and emotional situations in yours and Callie's and everything else. But you have a show scheduled. There's been shows with my motivational speaking. I did street shows in Japan at festivals and stuff, and I I've had food poisoning. I've had different things come up, literally, that the show must go on.
Yeah.
It, I had a call before a show that one of my best friends in the whole wide world died.
Ugh.
And as I was walking into the show, I found out this person very special to me passed away, but I had a show to do. How do you
Hmm.
deal with life and what motivates you to get in front of people? And then I'll ask a couple more questions from the viewers. But I just there's
Yeah,
people
it's a
with
great question.
the more this couple of years have been going on, you hear more and more about depression and
Yeah.
anxiety and whatever. And once you hit that go live button, you are that ball of happiness that everybody loves.
Yeah.
What are your secrets?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I think it's one, that people need to understand. So coming from, the entertainment space, you get it. And I think that for me, so I hold one core value more, but my core value that really represents this discussion is that I am there for my audience. Like, I don't do this. I don't show up on camera for me. I don't show up to be famous or to, have an audience. I recognize that the way I can have an impact in this world, I'm never going to have kids. But my influence and my impact in this world is through the work that I do on camera and with everything that I have. So at a base level, that is what motivates me, and you use that word, and that's the key here, is that my motivation is the audience and the ability to help others. And I have a lot to offer, as we all do. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm not living my best life. So it is all like together, yin and yang, right? Like it's all like that happy circle, I guess is what I would say. It all feeds into each other. So when I'm having a bad day, there are a couple of different approaches, and it depends on the type of bad day that I'm having. So if I'm just not feeling it, which we often don't, right? I'm hurting because I'm cramping, or I'm just tired because I didn't sleep, or whatever. If it's that kind of bad day, I just don't feel like showing up. I show up anyway because of that motivation. And I kick it into high gear to show up for them, to provide that value. Because and then at the end of it, I'm actually much better, right? Like it's that whole thing of, if you smile when you don't feel like it, you wind up happy. So if you can show up and do the thing, the community feeds me that energy, and I feel better at the end of it, or even just starting. And then the other kind is hearing your best friend just passed away, right? Like it's not. That's something that you can't necessarily hide, or you don't want to. Like, and I've never encouraged you to hide it. I always say, like, if I'm not feeling great and I really don't want to dance, then I'll turn on some more mellow music, right? And I'll just kind of move, but I won't go full out. And so you can talk to your audience about those things. Be like, guys, I'm tired, so forgive me if I'm like not thinking about words today. Or if something goes drastically wrong in your life, showing up and just saying, hey guys, I just got some really bad news, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm struggling. You can either turn that into a community hangout and share the news and share that moment with your audience, or you can say, really bad news, I'm going to struggle through this, but I'm going to show up and deliver this value to you anyway. They're going to be there for you. If you're vulnerable and honest with your community, they're going to be there and they're going to appreciate that. And it actually creates loyalty. However, the thing that I think people go wrong with, or like it's that if you go too far, like there's a moment of too far, where it's just always negative. It's always drama. It's always the thing that, like, oh, this thing went wrong, and oh, this thing went wrong, and oh, by the way, today this thing went wrong, and like then it just starts to feel like a weight for the audience, you know. And so I think that's the cautionary tale of it. But does that make sense?
It does. It does, and I think people are surprised at times to hear that we have bad days,
Right.
and
Like
you
we're
are
human.
more on their level. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, whoever, Brad Pitt or whatever, "Hey, I'm stuck in traffic." It's like, "Wow, you get stuck in
Oh,
traffic."
he drives
Yeah.
himself? Wow. Yeah.
When I was doing the TV shows for the Discovery Channel, I had a couple of people I had a lot of people stop me and say hi and whatever, but a couple, "Oh my god, what are you doing in Michigan?"
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not just
Mm-hmm.
on your TV. I
Yeah.
live here. They have an airplane and they fly me out and do these shows, so it's people, "Wow, you're one of us."
Yeah.
And I've never had menstrual cramps,
Sorry,
but
it's
I've
just
never
an example
I've
that
never
happens, once a
but
month.
having
Don't feel
3
like
kids
showing
and
up.
having 3 kids and pets and everything else,
Yeah.
there's times, I had different surgeries and I come out of OR and I'm cracking jokes and the people are looking at my thing going, "You just had this surgery or whatever," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah." My pain or sadness or whatever, it doesn't there's always those people that when they're gonna, "Oh, I'm so sad," whatever,
Right.
and you don't wanna be around them.
Yeah.
And there's other friends that are happy all the time, but you're there for them when they have their problems. But
Yeah.
yes, the show must go on, and your audience doesn't need to know all this stuff that's I told you what
And
happened before this show, but I don't need to
yeah.
start, "Hey, I did this and that, and I couldn't connect," and
Right.
don't keep dragging people down, especially if you wanna make them happy, you know?
Yeah. And I think that there's, a time and a place for being vulnerable. And I'm all for being vulnerable. I teach you how to be uniquely you and be in that space, and have that connection with your audience. And that means releasing some of that more human things, the bad days, the whatevers. But there's also a time and a place for that. Sometimes you're not personally ready to share something, and it's okay. It doesn't make you inauthentic if you are not ready to share about the fact that your friend just died. You could say,
Yeah.
God, there's some really bad news. I can't even imagine talking about this right now. So I'll share that story with you sometime in the future. But
Yeah.
right now, I'm going to show up for you and I'm going to deliver the value that you're here for.
Especially if it's a comedy show, like I do, and
Right?
it's
It's like,
I never saw this
uh,
episode, but my friend always talks about it. Homer Simpson was going to a comedy club or whatever, and it's like the guy comes up, "Excuse me, there was a small puppy that was just run over and killed in the parking lot. Now here is the comedic stylings of
oh,
Homer Simpson." It's like, I had a show one time where the CEO came up. It was a Japanese company, and he had his translator.
yeah.
And right before this was my introduction, right before my introduction, "Minasan, konbanwa," good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And so it was a whole thing. It's been a tough year. Our complaints are up, progress is down, whatever. Many of you will be losing your jobs at the beginning of the year. But we are still going to give you a Christmas present, and we hope you enjoy this party. And here is our entertainment, John Pullum. I walk up on stage and I'm
Oh
like,
my
"How's
gosh.
everybody doing?
You just
So
lost your
you're gonna get
jobs.
fired." I'm like,
Ah,
"What in the kind of intro is that?" So
that's
then I got the
horrible.
president on stage, and I used to do this thing where he was a smoker, and I could take his suit coat off, put a cigarette in his coat, burning. The coat is
Hmm.
smoking and everything else, and then it would vanish, and his coat would be fine. But I'm like, "I already got paid, buddy. You can't fight." And I was just going at the Japanese, the president doesn't matter what, but the president of the company, and I speak Japanese enough to rip into him, and they were
Yeah.
loving the fact that I was ripping into this guy. They hired me back the following year, and he was gone. They fired him, and they kept everybody else. But you don't know what's going to happen before your show to your audience, to yourself.
Yeah.
And like Sammy's situation with the tech problems, you always have to have that plan B. Let's
Yeah.
get into a couple of these questions because I
Yeah.
know you have like the busiest day of the year. a cue. Matt Haas is learning. Gloria, what are the rules for showing brands inside Streamer Accelerator? You mentioned after the last lead that it may be relaxed a bit. What are your expectations
I
for that?
think, you know, Matt, I think maybe this is a conversation that we can have, you know, through support and stuff, but like in detail. But we have, yeah, we're really wanting this in the last few months. Like we shifted our Streamer Accelerator rules, which is our membership, to be able to allow more connection. Since we're talking about connection, it's really relevant. Like I really want our Streamer Accelerator members to connect with each other inside of that program. So we've implemented lots of things, which Callie can share with you if you want to email her at support, and just really like created an environment that more matches Lita, so that people are connecting and supporting each other. So it's been pretty cool.
Very cool. And that's livestreamingpros.com. You can find all the graphics that you can put up. This is one that I don't like really, but I like it, but I don't like it because I don't like snow.
Oh, you don't like snow?
No, I'm in Michigan, in Europe, you know, where there's snow too, but
I lived in Michigan.
It's 20 degrees this morning or something. And yeah, the fact that I could mow my lawn the other day and not have to shovel it was incredible. Definitely go to livestreamingpros.com. We have another question, I believe, from Christian. Have you ever used or had success with a pre-programmed email, fill in the blanks, PDF of training podcasters to hold their attention for participants?
Yeah, so
like a cool idea.
The person who does this incredibly well is Amy Porterfield. She provides for every podcast episode, or almost every at least, she provides a workbook or a cheat sheet or some kind of thing that people can use to consume the information, follow along. She does it incredibly well. But, you know, I typically reserve those things for, like, I do have cheat sheets and I have checklists and I have things that are relevant to multiple conversations on my different episodes and shows. And then I definitely go all in on our more our products, our paid products, like our courses and the summit that's coming up and things like that, right? Like that's where I kind of go all in on that and individualize it. Does that make sense? So, but yeah, if you have the capacity to do something like Amy does, she has a whole team that works on that. So,
and it is that team. Okay, we're going to get into your big pitch, but I am so, besides the super chats from the wonderful people, like I said, it was the first super chat I ever got, and I was so freaking excited. You know, I can buy a toupee now. Luria, there's some people on YouTube that I just love. You being one of them, Kelly being another, Marcus, everybody, Sammy. There is the bronze cowboy is in the house, and I got goosebumps there when I saw the bronze cowboy was here. I'll put it up again. Right, look at bronze cowboy. I love practical jokes. My biggest video on my channel has over 1 million views, and it was me dressed as a bush scaring the crap out of people. Now learning Daryl Eves the channel Jumpstart way. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have been all over the place. You know, you have to kind of stay on focus. So many people are coming to my channel thinking it's a prank channel, but it's not.
Oh,
but the bronze cowboy is so he has a costume. He looks like a statue.
That's awesome.
And he's over in Greece now. There's another whole story about the love of his life and all that. But when things were not locked down and he could travel more, he would be in Scottsdale and sit there, and people would come up. Just watch it. I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I'll have to check it out.
Crazy. And thank you again for Marcus for another super chat. Yay! But yeah, check out the Bronze Cowboy. Thank you so much for tuning in. It made my day as much as the super chats. So here we go. Here is the main topic of today that we've taken way too long to get to. You have a virtual summit coming up. I'm going to drop the link to it, and I'm also going to put a link for those of you watching in the replay after the summit is done. there will be another link. But if you click on that link right now, you're going to get an early bird access to this. But tell us, Luria, what is this about? I know what it's
Yeah.
about, and it's super exciting. Tell everybody else what's going on.
Thanks. So we, after lots of people have asked us to do this, we decided to put on a virtual summit that is called Expand Your Reach, and it's all about growing your audience and growing your revenue. So if you're a content creator, a video content creator, doing live or recorded content, maybe you're on YouTube, maybe you're doing it for your business and you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to grow your business, right? So whoever you are in that space, this is going to help you get really clear on, what you're wanting to do in 2022 to level up. Either get started with a really solid strategy and understand what is working, or whether you're already doing it and you want to level up your results in 2022, then that's going to help you do this. So we actually, I'm so all over these speakers. So we have Amy Porterfield, Pat Flynn, Daryl Eves, who John was just talking about, Harris Heller, Michael Stelzner, Keena Keller, Roberto Blake, Thomas Frank. We've got just amazing people coming to share their secrets with you and their strategies and what's been doing really well for them in their video and live video strategy. So from things like sponsorships, how to actually make money through this stuff, how to do product reviews, how to do TikTok and short form content, how to use live video effectively to really promote something or launch something. So there's just a ton of sessions that are incredible. And my mission with this is not to just give you a fire hose of information, but really to help you think through the content and come up with your own personalized action plan at the end of it. So yeah, that's what we're doing with the summit. And John has been nice enough to, talk about that and have me on. And I'm just super pumped about it because it's gonna be an incredible three days live. So yeah.
And the speakers that you have, and this was something else I was going to say about you, they are not afraid to give you tons of info. There's so many summits that we've all attended virtually or in public that you're all motivated, and then you walk away and you're like, what did I learn?
Right.
Oh, I learned I could buy his course for $5,000.
Right.
And you, on your streams, like Christian was talking about the PDF, or some people are talking about scripts and stuff. You, and I hope I come across the same way, you talk to your audience, you engage your audience like you're talking to a friend and not talking at them. And the speakers that you have lined up, Pat Flynn and everybody type of speaker, they're your friend and they are so willing to talk to you after and connect with you at, the in-person events.
Yeah.
But they're not afraid to, you're going to learn so much information. I'm so freaking excited. I'm excited. They can, if it is after the event, you can still go to pullum.com and then click on the resource. You don't have to type that all in. Go to pullum.com. On the menu, you'll see resources. I put that at the very top of the page where you can save $100 on both packages. When does this expire? Because I know it's expiring soon.
So the event is happening January 12th to the 14th. So if you want to delay and pay more, you can. But right now the early bird special is ending November 30th, so you have about a week left, and that's just going to be something that I would encourage you to not wait, because you're going to get caught up in the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, pizzazz, and then you might forget, and then you're going to have to pay more. So go ahead and take action on that if that's something that you're interested in.
Operators are standing by.
I know how people they're like, oh, this and this and this during that whole Black Friday sale frenzy that happens.
Yeah. And I know I just realized what time it is, and I know you had to duck out because you have other things going. So I apologize
Oh no,
for
it's
not
totally fine.
looking
I've
at the
got a couple more
clock.
minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that, if you want, I think that it's really the thing that is going to make the biggest impact in your content creation strategy, and how to actually grow that audience and build an audience that is going to be able to grow your revenue in 2022. So yeah, I'm getting
This
used to
is
saying
great.
2022.
As Sammy would say, this is gonna be great.
It is.
That Sammy superstar is so wonderful. I appreciate you so much. I know you have another 5,000 of these to do. I appreciate you. And this is the first time that we've met, but like I say, with
That's
live
weird.
streaming in your customers,
Yeah.
dealing with your customers and your audience, they're going to feel like they know you because they're watching your live streams, you're seeing them interact. And it's just like finishing a conversation with an old friend, although it's the first time we met. So
Yeah.
thank you, Luria. I appreciate you. I shall let you
Thank you,
go on with your
John.
day.
And I
But
hope I've been of help to somebody out there. Let me
you
know.
sure
But
have.
yeah,
You
thank you
sure
so much
have.
for
And
having
please
me.
check her out at livestreamingpros.com. And I will get a little bit of credit if you go to the
Yeah.
Pullum.com site or that link that I put in the description. That will help me out as well. So thank you, Luria. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
And thank
Bye,
you, Callie, too, for
guys.
watching. This has been great. As Sammy Superstar says, this was so wonderful. I thank you, Einar, as well, for the super sticker. This was basically my first live stream on my YouTube channel. It will not be my last. Not just because all the super stickers. No, but that really made me happy. Very, very happy. But just with the interaction of all of you, I appreciate you so much for watching. I appreciate Luria for taking the time and going over time a bit here for telling us how to interact with our customers better online. This is we mentioned is something you can do on your phone, on your crappy laptop, whatever. You can do it from anywhere. And if you're having technical issues, you can just give it another try. Just hit that go live button. Let us know if you've gone live before in the stream as well. Thank you for thinking I asked the great questions. And I just appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate Luria being here. And I shall do my little outro. And thanks for watching. Good day, everybody. And thanks again for the super chats. And Bronze Cowboy, you rock. Good day, everybody. Maybe, Sammy Superstar. Maybe. Thanks, Monica. Good day, everybody.